belong to you.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. As you could tell by the title and thumbnail, today we're going to be doing a nice little Q&A. It's been a minute since I've done one here on the channel. I just did one on my podcast, which I go way more like in-depth and vulnerable on that podcast. So if you want to go listen to that Q&A, definitely go listen to that. I say things on there I would never say on YouTube. So if you want to go listen to that, go ahead. But watch this video first, you know what I mean? We're wearing yellow. This is the only yellow thing I own. And I've been waiting for the weather to get nicer to pull it out. And I feel like you guys are gonna go in on me today. So I'm like, let me bring happy, good spirit with my yellow and my LaCroix matches. We got limoncello LaCroix. We got the yellow shirt. We got a nice full sippy, freshly washed. And I'm ready to hop in. We're gonna start with my FAQ, which is my frequently asked questions that I get asked almost every day. And every time I do a Q&A, it's like pretty much the same questions over and over again. So I'm gonna really quickly go through it because for those of you that really consume my content, you already know the answer to these questions. And I am gonna link down below. Zayd and I did like a tipsy drunk Q&A. It was a while ago, I was still blonde. But all of our answers to your questions still ring true. Are these glasses annoying because you can see the reflection? Maybe we'll put them on the head. Okay, I just am blind, so it helps me see, but it's fine. And I just messed up my hair. And you can probably see my extensions, but it's fine. All of our answers in that video pretty much still ring true, but I'll run through the questions really quickly, which are, when are we moving out and getting a house? When are we having babies? And when are we getting engaged? You guys just really want to know, and I've answered it so many times. So if you've watched my videos a lot, say it with me. Ready? I'm just kidding. House, you guys, within the next 1 to 2 years. 1.5, more like 1 and 1.5. Babies are not coming until our late 20s. And engagement, I don't want to know, so I cannot tell you. That's the answer. There is no rush for any of it except for the house. I want a house, and that is going to happen from what I think first, but who knows? He can propose tomorrow, he could propose in a few months. I don't know, he could propose after we get a house. I have no idea, there's no rush. I already feel like I'm married to him. I'm not pressuring him at all. Am I gonna be excited when it happens? Of course. But everybody's got their own life path, and just because everybody else did something else differently, it doesn't mean we have to do it a certain way. And we've been together since we were so young. Just remember that. We've been together since we were 16. So people start dating at, say, like 24, and then they move quickly because they're already in their mid-20s. I just turned 24 and we've already been together for 8 years. So it seems like we're like, what's going on? You've been together for so long, but like we were babies, you know, like we're just starting our adult life now. So give us a break. We're gonna go at our own pace, and don't pressure me, okay? These questions. I'm already stressed. No, I'm just kidding. And I almost, this is gonna be a hot take. Actually, you guys will probably agree with me. I almost feel like when I do any of those three things, when any of those three things happen, house, proposal, babies, I'm almost not excited for the reaction because I feel like a lot of people are just gonna go, oh, finally, like we've been waiting. And it's like, why can't you just be like happy? Like, you know what I mean? I feel like I see that a lot on the internet. So if you guys love me, then don't do that to me, please. Just be like, oh my god, yay, congrats, if you want to say something at all. Just don't be like, oh my god, finally, like waiting. That makes me sad. The next question I want to answer is, because I've been teasing it a lot, is when am I going to be announcing my new project? Here's the thing. I just finalized like a lot of my part of it today. And so we're doing like final touches. So we're really in the final stages. I do want to announce before the end of May and then launch in the very, very beginning of June. That is my hope. That is my timeline. But I'm not going to launch something that is not completely done or I'm not proud of. But I would say definitely in June. Like 100% you guys will see it in June because we're at the final stages. But my plan was really to launch like mid-May, but I underestimated the work that has to go into this. And again, you guys will see when it comes out, but just bear with me. You guys will know in the beginning of June, and I want to announce it at the end of May. If all goes according to plan, fingers crossed, as much as I want to scream it from the rooftops, I also want to launch something that I'm very proud of. So you guys are gonna love it. Next question I also get a lot is, am I interested, I'm looking at my phone by the way, are you still interested in singing and making songs? And if you listen to Agumil, you already know the answer to this question. It's a big fat no from me. I'm sorry, I know. It was so fun while it lasted. I just simply have so much more love and passion for other things in my life. My favorite part of making music was the music videos. That's just the honest truth. Is I liked filming them, I liked recording them, I liked getting creative, I liked getting the shots and glam and all of those types of things. That was my favorite part. I did not like recording music. I didn't like writing music. None of it was exciting to me. I didn't have any interest in it. I just liked the final song and I liked making the music video. And so that to me just means, you know, I just need a creative outlet. I love singing for fun. I think it's a lot of fun. And maybe, you know, once in a while I'll do like covers on TikTok or whatever, just for funsies. I don't know, I feel like in my opinion nowadays there's a lot of pressure from like outside opinions when somebody's good at something that they like have to do it and like make money from it and like have to pursue it. But I think it's actually really cool when people are good at something and like don't pursue it and keep it a hobby. Like I have seen people on a much lower scale say like I should be a Zumba instructor, and it's like I already go to the gym 6 days a week. I like that I don't have to go if something pops up. And to turn everything you're interested in into a job can become so exhausting because then you're gonna have no hobbies, you know? Like you want to do things just for fun and not have to make everything a job. So I think that's where I'm at with music. Is I just had no drive, and like if you want to like pursue something and like put that much time and effort into something, you want to be super passionate about it. I have no desire to be the next Ariana Grande. I just really don't. I don't like performing on stages. It makes me want to poop my pants. So it's just not for me, you know? And I have no passion to be like, I want to get better and I want to like not be nervous on stage. Like, no, I just don't want to. And that's totally okay. Like there's nothing wrong with that. Like for example, Zane's little sister, she's a great artist. She's great at like painting and drawing and stuff, but like she wants to go to school to do like something in like the forensics field. You know what I mean? And that's fine. Or she's really good at the flute, but she's not gonna go to school for music, and that's fine. She can just be good at it and not have to make money from it. And I think that everybody as a society like pressures everyone like, oh my god, you're so good at that, like why are you not doing that? And it's like, because I just do it for fun and that's fine. I'm multi-talented, okay? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think that's when it really hit me, is like I have no desire to get better, so then why am I doing it? Also, making money in the music industry for the amount of money and work that I put into it, not worth it to me. Especially if I'm like not super passionate about it, like, and I'm not making that much money from it, no. And my favorite part's the music videos, so like I'm gonna invest in that. No ma'am. Oh wow, it's 3:33 on the clock and I'm about to answer a good question. We love that. Best advice for girls in their 20s. That's me. So I am 24. I'm gonna be 25. I just like stuttered saying that because I'm like, is that right? Yeah, it's right. I'm 24. I'm gonna be 25 in February, which is so crazy. I still feel like I just turned 21. I'm like, how am I approaching my mid-20s? That's nutso to me, but I'm so excited. See, everything that I'm thinking of right now that I want to give advice and like tell you guys, it sounds very cliche, but it's just what I believe. It's true. So I think my biggest thing would be what's meant to be will be. And that's a very, very vague statement, but I think that it can apply to so many things in life. In your 20s, you stress about things so much, and once I developed the mindset of like what's meant to be will be, like what's meant to be in my life will be in my life, what's not meant to be will not, and change happens for a reason. And once I developed that mindset, it like really changed the game for me, because in your 20s you're like figuring out what you want to do with your life, and you're going through so many changes mentally, physically, emotionally, like so many things happen in your 20s. You're like just finding yourself, you know? So if you really just like keep telling yourself like, okay, this is happening, but like it's supposed to be happening. Like I know like one day when time passes, this was supposed to happen, and I'll look back and I'll be like, oh, I get it. Like I get why that happened in my life. Like at that time it was not fun, not happy about it, but now I can look back at the bigger picture and see how it led me to where I am today. And I don't know how you develop that mindset, but I feel like I just woke up one day and I was like, oh, this all makes sense. Try to stop stressing about the little things and just let what's meant to be. You're definitely way more emotional in your 20s, so just give yourself grace, allow yourself time, and allow yourself to make mistakes, because you're gonna. And don't hold things in. Talk to somebody when you need to talk. Therapy is amazing. There is nothing to be ashamed of. BetterHelp is amazing, which is today's sponsor. Thank you, BetterHelp. No, actually, they are amazing though. They sponsor our podcast as well, and we love them. So thank you so much to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video in honor of Mental Health Awareness Month. May is a month to raise awareness around mental health, fight the stigma around it, and help anyone that is struggling with their mental health. So this year's theme is called Together for Mental Health. So we're sharing personal stories in hopes to encourage others to prioritize their mental health, because it's so important. So going to therapy is something that I would suggest to literally anyone in 2020, as I'm sure all of you, everyone else, my mental health struggles were so bad, and having a therapist to talk to was literally life-changing. And yes, you could talk to friends, family, whoever, but having that unbiased opinion right in front of you is so helpful. And even if you're like, well, I don't have anything to go to therapy for, just go there and just talk about things. Like, you will learn things about yourself, you'll improve yourself. Even if you're not like really struggling, it'll help you so much. Go there and talk about the happy things that happened in your day. It's so good for you. Another big theme of Mental Health Awareness Month is advocating for access to mental health care. And this has been one of BetterHelp's goals for a really long time. BetterHelp offers customized online therapy that includes video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't even have to be on camera if you don't want to. It's more affordable than traditional offline therapy, and you can apply for financial aid during the sign-up process, and they accept HSA benefits. There's a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network that gives you access to help that may not be available in your area. So how do you do it? It's actually quite simple. You fill out a questionnaire to help assess your specific needs, and then you can get matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Then you just schedule secure video and phone sessions. Plus, I think this is like one of the best parts, you can exchange unlimited messages with your therapist. That is amazing. And of course, everything that you share between you guys is completely confidential. And don't worry if you're like, Alyssa, what if I'm not vibing with this therapist? You can request a new therapist anytime at no additional charge. So this mental health month, if you or someone you know is struggling, please share BetterHelp with them. I'm telling you, my therapist would say just like one sentence to me that could literally change my outlook and mindset on something in such a positive way. It was life-changing, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So you guys can use my link to get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/Allisa. Again, that is betterhelp.com/ALLISA. It'll be linked in my description. Cheers to that. Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this video. This is a cute question. How have you been doing truly? That's very nice of you. Thank you for asking that. I can genuinely say that I've been doing really well. I'm excited for the future. On a daily basis, I'm feeling quite positive. I'm happy with my routine in life. And can I be honest? A lot of my mental health has been not going on social media as much and not looking at comments as much. I used to look at comments and messages like it was my job. And like, this is my job, so like no pun intended, but like looking at everybody's opinion of me every day, all day, is not part of my job. I should not be doing that. And ever since I stopped doing that, my mental health is so much better. I made a rule with myself that like I only look within like the first hour-ish within uploading, because anything other than that, I'm a little weak, you know? Like, if I read something, it'll ruin my day, and like I don't have time for that. I want to have good, happy days. Yeah, that's been a big part of it, is like not always reading people's opinions of me. Even if it's something like they're not meant to be like harmful, it could still like affect me in a negative way. And so I have to put myself first and be really careful of that. And that's where I found the balance, because I love talking to you guys. I love hearing your opinions, like the nice ones. I love just like chatting with you guys in my comments. It's like my favorite part of what I do, is like getting to talk to you guys. So I created that like compromise of like reading them, but for a limited time. And it has been, oh my God, like game changing to me, because it was almost like an addiction. Like I wanted to check all the time and like see what people were saying about me, and that's so not healthy. Like, should not be reading people's opinions of you every day. So I've been doing a lot better now, and I'm just really excited. I think this is gonna be such an amazing year. Like I'm just so excited. Are you going to adopt any more pets? Right now, living in this apartment, no, but when we get a house, we probably will get another kitten because we're obsessed. I think Zayd and I are both a little too selfish for a dog right now, but maybe when we get a house in the future, we'll get one. But as of right now, absolutely not. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, we're not taking it for walks. We don't want to clean up poop. We're just being selfish. And like, we're making that decision as, what's the word I'm looking for? Conscious decision. We're making a conscious decision as adults, and at least we realize it. You know, we didn't get a dog and then be irresponsible. Like, we're not getting one because we know we're going to be irresponsible and we're not going to want to. I mean, obviously we would take care of it if we had to, but like, do we want to if we can make that choice? No, not right now. But I do see another kitten in our future, that's for sure. I just get like kitten fever. Like the other day I was watching videos from when we first got Bailey, and she was just so little, so cute. Okay, let's get out of the way. Let's address the elephant in the room, shall we? I think the answer to this question is quite obvious, but I understand it was a very public thing, and I'm sure you guys just want to hear it from my mouth. Totally understandable. Am I still friends with Kira? The simple answer is no. Do I hate her? Absolutely not. Does she hate me? I don't think so. Are we fine? We're fine. But I think it's obvious that our friendship is not what it was. And it's okay. Like, people come and go out of your life. We are fine. We do not hate each other. All is well. I wish her the absolute best, as I'm sure she does for me. I don't wish ill on anyone. If you are here for tea or drama, you are so far on the wrong channel. I'll tell you that much. You're gonna have to go elsewhere. I will never sit here and bash anyone, talk bad on anyone. So if you are waiting for those words to come out of my mouth, it is not happening. I will not, nor do I have a reason to. And going along with that, I do not stand for tearing people down in my comment section. That will not be happening. We will not be making things up. There's no discussion about it. It's my comments, and that's what I want on my channel. I don't want any part of any drama. That is not what I stand for. We wish the best for everyone, and it's just not tolerated in my book. So if you want to go do that elsewhere, you shouldn't, but like, not here. I also have a question here, tips on making new friends, so I figured I'll answer that right after, just to go along with that. I just want you guys to know, like, if you're struggling with something, because losing a friend is really hard. Like, let's just be honest, it is not easy at all. Sometimes it can be harder than relationship breakups, you know, like it's hard. And I just want you guys to know that it is so normal for friends to come and go out of your life. Some people come for a season and then that's it. I like to say for a season and a reason, you know? People teach you lessons, they show you things in life. It's good for what it was, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. You're on different paths, it's not aligning. Some people change, you know, and that's okay. Not everybody's for everybody, especially in your 20s. Like I said, our emotions are heightened, so it's very normal for friendships to come to an end. I guess I just say this because I was very hard on myself when friends went out of my life, because I was like, what's wrong with me? Like, why is this happening to me? And it's not necessarily a you problem, you know, and it's not a them problem either. It's just sometimes people don't align anymore, and sometimes people are on different paths, and sometimes life just happens and things can just push people apart, and it's okay. That's the reason I'm saying is because I didn't think it was okay. I'm like, what's wrong with me? And it's like, it's okay. Like, people come and go. It's so normal, and like, it sucks and it's sad, but again, everything happens for a reason. I truly wholeheartedly believe that. So if you're struggling right now with any friendship struggles, I feel for you. It's hard, and it's like you just think of like all the good things and you miss it, and that's okay. But one day you're gonna be like at peace with it, you know? You're not gonna be like, yay, so happy, but you're gonna be like, it's okay, you know? So that's that on that. That is the only time I will ever be speaking on it. Again, I will not tolerate anything in my comments, so you can be mad at me all you want for deleting comments, but if you go try to make things up, say anything about somebody, bring somebody down, it's getting deleted. And that's just it. You guys that watch my channel, you know me, you know my vibe, you get me. You know that we just don't stand for any of that, right? Everybody say, right? Especially with this like new version of me that like doesn't want to hear people's opinions all the time, and like limiting comment reading and like going back at people. Like I can't be bothered anymore. Like I need to do things for me, and that's for me. And that's that on that. I'm sure I will get questions over and over again, but whatever, direct them to this video, I guess. What is your favorite Broadway musical? You know I have to answer this question. This is sad because my favorite one is not on Broadway anymore. It's Jagged Little Pill. Ugh, it's so good. And then I'll just list off a few favorites. If you're coming to New York City, you want to see a show. Ones that are running right now, oh, it's over. No, all my shows are like not being, like, they're not running anymore. Miss Doubtfire was amazing. Waitress is amazing, not being shown anymore. Michael Jackson, that is still on Broadway. Definitely go see Michael Jackson. It is incredible. The visuals are insane. There are 3 actors that play him in 3 different ages, and they are all spot on. They're so good. There's like a really young one, a teenager, and then him as an adult, and it's incredible. They sing like him, they talk like him, they have like the Jackson 5 in it. It's very, very well done. Great show. So definitely Michael Jackson. Dear Evan Hansen is also a really great one that is quite modern, about like there's a lot of like social media references and stuff like that. It's a very emotional, good show. I cried at that one. I recently saw Funny Girl. That was a really great show too. I really enjoyed that one. It has like bad reviews, but I really enjoyed it. But I have to say, unfortunately, my favorite one that I've seen most recently was Miss Doubtfire, and it's not playing anymore. And Jagged Little Pill, Waitress, they're all not there. It's really sad. But if Jagged Little Pill or Waitress come back, run. Somebody asked if Zayn creates the music in my intros. He does not. He creates his music for his own videos. He does YouTube, if you haven't seen his videos on music production, if you're interested. But in my videos, I use a website called Epidemic Sound. I pay for it yearly, and I can just download any songs from there and use them on my YouTube channel. Why am I moving my hands so damn much? A few of you guys have asked if I have any upcoming travel plans for the summer or anything big coming up, and I actually don't, but I am planning, like, I want to treat myself in some way for launching my new project because I've worked so hard on it, like so many hours, and I want to treat myself with a vacation. But I'm deciding what, where, when, with who, you know? Because big picture is I really want to keep saving for a house. I really don't want to, like, cash out on a giant vacation, but also part of me is really wanting to run away to Italy for a week. Sounds so fun. My cats are hissing at each other. Running away sounds great. No. Also, like, an all-inclusive vacation in Mexico sounds nice. I don't know. I want to go somewhere soon. I feel like I'm due for like a big vacay. I'm just not sure, like, again, like what, where, or when. So we're gonna iron that out. I feel like I keep taking like little vacations, like little road trips or into the city all the freaking time, but I haven't taken like a nice week-long vacation in a long time, and I feel like I'm due. So we need to figure that out. Me and my cousin Nat are talking about it, but she works a normal job and has a 9-to-5, so she has to, like, you know, pick and choose her time off. So we're trying to figure that out, but oh, I want to do vacation. Especially she's helping me with my project, so I'm like, we both deserve a vacay. Like, let's do this. I do want to, I just don't know what yet. You guys are like, wasn't there supposed to be a surprise in May? Like, I'm sorry. I'm getting there, I promise. Very close. Have you had your boobs done? Oh my god, I'm flattered, but I have not. I would tell you guys if I had any work done. Like, I would take you guys along the journey. I've been doing YouTube since I was 17, so you guys would have seen it. It would have been documented somewhere. The only work that I've gotten done is Botox. Oh, and my Kybella. Does that count? Kybella and Botox. Stuff in the face. How long will you continue making vlogs, and is YouTube your full-time job, or do you have any other job? I do not. YouTube is my full thing. I have YouTube and the podcast, and then I'm launching another thing coming up. And how long will I continue making vlogs? I don't have the answer to that. Only future me has the answer to that, as long as I can. I love doing what I do. I'm really enjoying it. So we'll see what the future holds, but for the foreseeable future, this is what I will be doing. But I haven't had another job since we moved in to the apartment. I did have a part-time job when we were renovating, so I would go to work. I worked for a clothing company, and I would come home and I would edit the video from the day before. I put up videos every single day, and then we would renovate for hours, and then I would do it all over again the next day. And I remember telling you guys had no idea that I had another job, and when I said it, you guys were like, how are you getting videos up every day and you're still working a job? Like, what? I'm like, I don't know. I was like delirious, just like moving like a robot every day. But I don't think I've ever talked about my job history, actually. So my first job was 16. Nobody asked. Did somebody ask this? Maybe it's in here. My first job at 15 or 16 was Five Below. I was a cashier, and then I was also doing freight, so I would work like late nights, boxes, stuff like that. That was at Five Below, and then I quit that job, and then I did babysitting for a while for a special needs girl. She was so sweet. And then I quit that job and went to the clothing company where I was helping run their YouTube channel, and I would help with a bunch of other things. I would steam clothes, I would help them with photoshopping, stuff like that. And then I quit that job, and then I did YouTube full-time. Wow, so I had 3 jobs before I did YouTube full-time. I also would pick up like side jobs with my sister. She would do like little catering jobs. I would do that once in a while. But that's that on my job history. Somebody said, I love your content. How do you get new ideas? Thank you so much. And I feel like people say this all the time, like, I could never be a YouTuber because my life is boring. And like, if I wasn't a YouTuber, my life would be boring too. But like, us as YouTubers, we exaggerate stuff, we make stuff, content. Like, everybody's ordering from Amazon and cooking and cleaning and going shopping and traveling. They're just not filming it. So as a YouTuber, I feel like you just talk about things a lot more and it becomes content, you know? And I like to think that my channel is just like relatable, and that's where my brain goes when I'm like, okay, I want to make a video. Okay, how can I make it like normal life and like show somebody that's just living their daily life? And that's where my brain goes with it. And I'm so blessed. Like, I get to just vlog my daily life and like hang out with you guys and have somebody to chat to every day. It's just fun. I love it. I love it here. Ooh, top recommended podcast. I love Agahmil, but I just need more for my 3-hour daily commute. So obviously my first recommend would be Agahmil. If you don't listen to it, it's a girl and her mother-in-law. We're not married yet, just made for a better title. A girl and her boyfriend's mom, you know? I love our podcast. That's twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays. They are over an hour long. Other than that, I love Emma Chamberlain's podcast. I think it's so good. I think she's so wise beyond her years. I think she's just awesome. I like Pretty Basic, which is Alicia Marie and Remy Ashen. They're YouTubers. They're like, the reason that I started YouTube is because I went and met Alicia Marie at her Girls Night In event. And I've kept up with her content ever since. I think she's like such a boss. She does a lot of content on helping like smaller creators and on her YouTube channel and stuff. And I find her very inspirational, and her content is so helpful. Like, she talks a lot about like behind the scenes stuff, and her best friend slash like assistant, she like works for Alicia. Her name is TK, and her podcast is really great too. It's called Making Moves with TK, and she also dives into like the businessy side of YouTube. So it's not more so like entertainment. I feel like if you're not like into the scene and care about that stuff, it's not every single episode of hers, but she is very like business, like stuff like that, and I find that really interesting because obviously like this is my job. I actually recently just got back into Call Her Daddy as well, because I used to listen to her podcast years ago when she had like the other girl on it. I don't even know her name. Alex and what was her name? I don't remember. But anyways, their podcast used to be a lot about like being single and hooking up with people and things like that. It just wasn't relatable to me. But now I feel like Alex is on her own, and she does a lot of like interviews with like really interesting people. Like, she just did one, because I'm watching Selling Sunset, she did one with Christine, and I was so interested to see that. It was so interesting. And so I've gotten more into her podcast now because it's more interesting to me versus like just talking about like hookups and stuff like that. It just wasn't for me. But now I really like Call Her Daddy. Also, last rec, I listened to Gals on the Go. It's Brooke Biccio and Danielle Carolyn. They're both New York City based influencers. Their show is fun. They do like little favorites of the episode and their favorite songs and just like girl chat. It's just fun to like listen to a podcast and just have somebody like feel like you're hanging out with them, and that's what I like to think that my show is. So their podcast is cute. Ooh, what is the thing that you're most proud of? I have to say the first thing that came to mind was my mindset. I am so proud of myself because your girl was mentally struggling for a long time, and I feel like I've gotten to the point where I'm like so much more mentally sane and so much more just aware, and like I'm just really proud of myself for my like mental growth. Don't get me wrong, I still overthink things and have sad days and bad days, but for the most part, I just feel like my mindset has been so much better, and I've grown so much in like well, this is happening, okay, I'll just take what life throws at me. And like, I feel like I'm really proud of that, because I feel like unfortunately a lot of people struggle with mental health issues, and I feel like the fact that I'm doing so much better is like, I'm so proud of myself, because when you get in that dark hole, you feel like, when is this gonna end? Am I gonna get out of this? And I feel like I'm over that hump, which one day I can go down that hump again, and that's all right. Well, I'll pick myself back up. I know it's gonna be asked a lot, but will you film house hunting? Absolutely. You guys know damn well you will be house hunting with me, you will be renovating with me, you will be house touring, you will be all of the above with me. I am going to bring you along every step of the way, do not worry. I am so excited. It's gonna be a whole thing. Hey Allisa, hope you are doing well. Any hints on your upcoming project? Well, thank you so much. I am doing well, and I hope you're doing well too. Any hints? You know what, I'm just gonna say it. It's not a cookbook. Just saying. What are the chances of you befriending a viewer? We're so similar, and I'd love to be besties. That is so sweet. Thank you so much. Highly likely, actually. It just has to happen organically. I don't like to force anything. You guys know Fran and Marina. I've showed them on my channel before. They were both subscribers, and it just happened really naturally over quarantine, I think it was. Like, we were chatting back and forth, like, you know, through messengers and stuff. And then over quarantine, we had like a little like happy hour night, and then we decided to meet in person, and it just organically happened, and I adore the both of them. A lot of people in my life actually came through YouTube. Let me think. My hair girl Abby was a viewer. That's how I found her. My spray tan girl Lauren was a viewer. That's how I found her. My friend Sarah watched my videos. That's how I met her. She's also a TikToker, Carlo and Sarah. Love them. And I still once in a while keep in touch. If you guys remember, I did a little meetup at the beach with a few girls, a few of my subscribers, and I still sometimes keep in touch with them too. So I think that's all my subscriber friends. So definitely likely. It just, you know, has to happen organically. Do you still get periods? No, I do not. I've been on the depot shot for a really long time. I started January of 2020, so it's been over 2 years, and I don't bleed anymore, which is nice, but also, like, don't you feel like you should be, like, cleaning yourself out? But I've been loving the depot shot. It's not for everybody. I know people have horror stories, but it works really well for me. Everybody is different. Every body is different, but I love it, and yeah, so I don't bleed no more. It's kind of nice. Okay, last question I want to answer. She says, self-growth is huge. My question is, as you have let people go in your life, does it make you feel more at peace? And this is so funny because I just saw this question now, but that's literally what I said before, is like one day you'll just be at peace with it. And yeah, I do, because I think quality over quantity, you know, and like if you just have like a solid few people in your life, I think that's beautiful. And I think like a lot of girls, especially in their 20s, you like want this like girl group where like everybody gets along, and I'm like, it doesn't have to be like that. Like, I don't have one specific group, you know? I have like friends from all different categories, and they're all different, and I love that. I love that I have different friends for different things, you know? Like, some friends I go to Zumba with, and some friends we can go have a drink, and some friends we go to dinner. I have, you know, my internet friends, my Zumba friends, my high school friends, so it's all different. But I definitely feel at peace right now with the people that are in my life. I don't feel pressured with anybody. I feel like it's all like organic relationships, and I'm really grateful for everybody that I have in my life, and I feel really at peace. And there's not a lot of people, but like I said, there's quality people, and I appreciate that. Okay, my battery is flashing at me. I love you guys so much. That was a doozy. Thank you for listening and hanging out with me, and shout out to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. Go check them out, linked down below. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys. As you could tell by the title and thumbnail, today we're gonna definitely go see Michael Jackson. What? Me just posing for thumbnails in the middle of a sentence. I'm like, well, like, I actually recently just got back into Call Her Daddy as well. Hello? I have a few of you guys are asking, like, a few of you guys have asked like hello?